So the next game we got on here, huge game, probably one of the biggest, of the weekend, just in the course of the NFL right now. We got the Ravens and the Chiefs, 4:25 kickoff. Lamar Jackson going to Arrowhead, where he is incapable of winning a football game. Derrick Henry is incapable of holding onto the football now. And you have a Chiefs team that is struggling, coming off a win against the Giants. The Chiefs own Lamar Jackson. It is, the numbers are scary. I don't have the record in front of me, but the Kansas City Chiefs own Lamar Jackson. This is a game where both teams desperately need a win, like to a point where if you lose this game, we're going to be talking, season on the line a little bit for each side. So, Grant, where do you see this one going?
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. First of all, one of these teams is going to be 1-3, which is a crazy thought to have, unless they tie, and then they'll be 1-2-1. But still, they'll have losing records through 4 weeks of football, which is something that I don't know that we've said about either one of these teams for the last 6, 7, however long years. So as far as who needs a win more, I would say the Ravens, because I think they can accomplish more this season. I think the Chiefs are hard capped. I think the championship game streak is coming to an end. I don't think they have a hope of getting there. I don't think they have a hope of getting to the Super Bowl. With the Ravens, it's still very much you stop giving up big plays on defense, you can win the Super Bowl. That's still the trajectory they are on. If you lose here, that derails all of it. For the Chiefs side of things, their defense has been keeping them in games, but if you look at the numbers, the defense actually really hasn't been that good. It just kind of speaks to how bad and ineffective the offense has been. Now, Xavier Worthy could be back for this game. That's going to help, but we also discuss Xavier Worthy as if he's a life changer. He's kind of a glorified gadget player who will be coming back for the first time off of an injury. So I really don't know how much we think he's going to change. He doesn't change the way defenses have to honor you or defend anything. Mahomes has actually been one of the worst deep ball throwers in the NFL over the last couple of seasons. He took a couple of shots to Tyquan Thornton. He hit on one of them, but he missed on a couple of them, one of which was a walk-in touchdown, and he just completely missed him. And the Chiefs can't run the ball at all. We know that about them. So really, I still look at this. It's frustrating, but the Ravens, I still look at them as the better team. I get it. Lamar can't win in Arrowhead. He hasn't done it. He always loses to the Chiefs. This has to be the time. And I feel like we've said that a couple of times before, but this has to be the time. The Ravens are so much better than the Chiefs are right now. So I would take them at -2.5. And if they lose it, then I might just have to give up on the Ravens forever.
So while I agree with you that they are better, this whole have to be the time narrative does not work when you're playing against the Chiefs right now, at least, because I can't tell you how many games with the Bills and the Ravens we've said this has to be the time that they beat the Chiefs, and then they always continue to pull through. This is a game that if I'm playing it, like I probably would rather like tease the Chiefs to 10.5 if I could get that number, if the spread continues to climb up a little bit, because I don't necessarily feel comfortable with them winning the game. But when you look at the numbers, Lamar Jackson against the Chiefs, 1-5 overall. He is 0-1 in the playoffs. He's 0-3 at Arrowhead Stadium. He's had 9 touchdowns, 7 turnovers in his game against them, in his career against them. And when you say this has to be the year that they get it done, why does it have to be the year? Like, I look at the Ravens last year. I thought that had to be the year last year. They beat Josh Allen in the playoffs. They go in, they beat the Chiefs, and they obviously continue to turn the ball over. This has to be the year that Lamar Jackson plays a clean playoff game. And I'm not saying he was terrible last year in the playoffs, but he did have a big turnover that led to a score for the Bills. And then we all know the story with Mark Andrews. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to do it. I don't trust this Ravens team after what they've done against the Bills. I don't trust them after what they did against the Lions last week. And you can say it's must win all you want, but Lamar Jackson folds against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I can't get behind I'm going to have the prove me wrong narrative. Like, go in, prove me wrong, but I'll take the Chiefs.
So when I say this has to be the time, I'm not talking from a narrative standpoint so much as this is the worst the Chiefs have been by far. This is the first time where I can look at the Ravens and say, you clearly have a better team than the Chiefs.
Last year, too. I think everybody had a better team than the Chiefs last year.
It was still closer. And in that game, so Lamar in that game, let's not forget, had 400 yards of total offense. That was the Isaiah Likely toenail out of bounds play at the end of the fourth quarter. If that doesn't happen, we're in overtime. The Ravens are rolling at that point in the game. They have a great chance to win. And I get it. Those are the margins that have separated a dynasty like the Chiefs from the challenger like the Bills, like the Ravens. But Chiefs are not that team anymore. And I feel like the Ravens still have that talent, maybe even more talent now. Obviously, hasn't been a great start to the season on defense, but Derrick Henry, don't fumble the football. Don't give up a 50-yard play. Don't give up a 72-yard run to David Montgomery, and you can win this game.
They have the worst defense in the NFL, the worst passing defense. I think the Ravens are second worst behind the Cowboys. It's insane. So I don't know. I think the Chiefs might get lit up. I think Chiefs might be able to light them up a little bit this week. And I think they have to. Like, I'll just get right into my props right now. My first prop is going to be Patrick Mahomes over 238.5 passing yards. I think there's multiple ways this can be hit. First off, it can be due to the Ravens just, boat racing them early, and the Chiefs have to throw the ball, and you got Xavier Worthy back, and you got Travis Kelce, and you get a little something going because of how bad the Ravens secondary and defense overall has been this season. I mean, looking what Jared Goff did to them last week, and you got guys running wide open down the field. Like it's just embarrassing. And the Lions were able to run the football effectively too. So I don't think this is a good spot here for the Ravens defensively on the road. So if Patrick Mahomes is going to pop off, this is the week you do it. And when you're the Chiefs, you got to put the game in somebody's hands this week against a really talented football team in Baltimore. You're going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. So I think over 238.5. And I also think he could hit this if they control the game too. Because as you were saying, they struggle to run the ball, and the Ravens just give up a ton of yards through the air. So I'll take Mahomes over 238.5 passing yards. I also like him over 1.5 passing touchdowns. No matter what the Ravens do in this football game, they're not going to fix their secondary overnight. There's going to be changes that are going to have to be made over the course of the season. I know they had a lot of injuries last week. I don't know necessarily who's coming back and who's healthy and stuff, but Kyle Hamilton will be the big one. Is he back this week? Do you know?
But I don't know for sure. I think he is, but I'll check for you.
Whether he's back or not, though, Mahomes is going to have a big game here because the Ravens' defense has just been terrible. And what, a leopard doesn't change its stripes or spots. We were debating this.
Yeah,
I think they're interchangeable.
Kyle Hamilton's fine.
Yeah, they're interchangeable. So Kyle Hamilton's back. I'll take the over.
So I am going to take, believe it or not, I'm going to take two rushing props. So the first one, I'm going to go Lamar Jackson over 46.5 rushing yards. We complained that the Ravens have not been running Lamar enough. Todd Monken at his press conference the other day said that he said something to the effect of, we don't feel like we did a good enough job getting the running game going against the Lions. It's like, well, hey, you've got the best running quarterback in that. You've literally got a running back at quarterback who averages like 7 yards a carry for his NFL career going against. So get this, the Chiefs and the Ravens, both as far as EPA and success rate, are bottom 4 rushing defenses. Now the Chiefs are 11th in yards per carry allowed at 4, but those advanced numbers tell us as far as the actual game flow, they don't do a good job of handling the situations. The Ravens, they are down at 25th in yards allowed per carry. They allow 4.9 yards per carry. So bad run defenses. I feel like there could be a surprising amount of runs in this game. So I will take Lamar on the over. I don't want to go with Derrick Henry because I feel like the Chiefs will probably make it a priority to corral him. And also, I just don't know how to feel about Henry. Had the sensational week 1, bad week 2, bad week 3. So kind of waiting for him to stabilize. But I do think Lamar is going to get extra looks because Todd Monken said it's got to be a priority. And then Isiah Pacheco, this dude is awful at football, but over 34.5 rushing yards. He got 10 carries in each of the last 2 weeks. If he gets 10 carries again, can he average 3.5 yards per carry? With Nnamdi Madubuike out he's got the neck injury still. He's already been ruled out. He's not playing without that big hog in the center of the defensive line. Again, the Ravens giving up 4.9 yards per carry. This should not be difficult for a starting running back in the NFL. So I'll take those two.
Just call him a big hog.
Yeah, he's a big dude, big boar, big bear.
Big hog.
Yeah.
I think it's something else when you say big
All
hog.
right. That's your problem, not mine.
You know what? That's good plays by you. I think Lamar Jackson, the point to the run game over 45.5, whatever number you can get. I think he needs to go over that. Like Monken was saying, he's got to get involved because like they're trying to make him into this Tom Brady pocket passer quarterback. He's not that. He can definitely pick you apart from the pocket, but when you take away an element of his game, it makes defenses not have to worry about his legs. When I felt like that last week against the Lions, there was no designed runs. Like, you're on the goal line. I get it. You're going to run the ball 3 times with Derrick Henry. Give your quarterback a shot. Let's run read option. Let's make them defend 2 rushers instead of just 1.
Yeah, 100%.